Live from Edward T. Berry Ice Rink on the campus of UMass Boston for some New England Hockey Conference women's action here tonight as the William Smith Herons take on the UMass Boston Beacons. Good evening, everybody. Andrew Bluestein alongside my broadcast partner for this evening, Gina Albano. We thank you for joining us on the Beacons Broadcast Network. Well, Gina, the Beacons coming off a big 6-1 win over Salem State, their highest output of goals on the season. A team that has had trouble scoring in bulk, but they figure out how to do it. What do they need to do to keep that rolling here tonight?
Yeah, well, I think their game versus Salem State really showed they have many different goal scorers on this team. So they really need to keep moving the puck and create opportunities, because they have a lot of players on this team who can score, a lot of these players who can create opportunities. So the more chances they can get, the better.
Well, the Beacons can jump all the way into the 4th spot here in the New England Hockey Conference tonight. If they win here, they jump over William Smith, and they get a loss by Southern Maine against Plymouth State. But let's take a look at the season stats between these two teams. As you see, the Beacons coming in at 2.10 goals per game, the Herons at 2.30. Goals against 3.10 for the Beacons, 2.20 for the Herons. Power play, 10% has been a bit of a struggle this season for the Beacons. Hope to see that get going. And William Smith at 17.8% penalty kill. Beacons doing a good job. The exact same on both sides at 88.5%. Shots per game, very similar. The Herons have the advantage by 1 in that department. And the penalty minutes, Beacons averaging 9.20 per game to the Herons 6. Now let's take a look at our matchup to watch for tonight's game as we look at Kayla Ketcherbaugh first for the Herons, coming in with 7 goals, 4 assists, 11 points at +10. Keep your eyes on her. And for the Beacons, Margot Butters is the leading goal scorer for the Beacons, 6 goals, 2 assists for 8 points at +2 coming into this game. Let's take a look at the sneak peek for the weekend games here for the Beacons, as tonight indoor track at New Balance meet, that's going on all day. Men's ice hockey is at number 2 in the country, Hobart. That is a 7 p.m. puck drop. And then on 28th, tomorrow, indoor track, New Balance meet continues all day long. Women's ice hockey against Elmira for a 3 p.m. puck drop, and the men's ice hockey team at Elmira for a 4 p.m. puck drop. Now let's take a look around the New England Hockey Conference. Other games going on. Norwich at New England College, 4 p.m. puck drop. That one's probably heading towards the end. Salem State at Castleton, that's a 6 p.m. puck drop. Southern Maine at Plymouth State at 6 p.m. Elmira at Johnson Wales, a 7 p.m. puck drop. And that's what we got going around the New England Hockey Conference. Well, with that, we're going to step aside for a quick break as we'll wait for both teams to come on the ice. We're still waiting here as the Herons take on the Beacons. Once again, Andrew Bluestein and Gina Albano here on the Beacons Broadcast Network. We'll be right back.
Proportion to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the future.
Passion's love. Passion is love for what you do. Because I think when you face challenges, it comes down to how much you want it and how much you love it. Passion is what keeps you going forward. Seeing so many people that were like-minded and so hardworking in their sport and academics, being surrounded by like-minded people makes you want to be more passionate. I think it pushes you to a different level that maybe you didn't think you had. And you can do the best of both worlds and love all of it.
Proportion to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the future.
Passion's love.
The 5-campus UMass system is the university that educates the workforce of Massachusetts. We recognize that we are truly here for a reason, and that recognition inspires us and drives us every single day.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, be a positive influence. That's being a responsible person.
I believe sportsmanship is a mutual admiration and respect for your fellow competitors. We all go through a lot to reach the point where we compete against one another. It's important to realize that. So once we're finally on the field or on the court or on the starting block, we look at each other as fellow human beings and not just competitors. Being able to recognize the hard work that other athletes are putting in creates a more positive and inclusive environment.
Comprehensive learning is being able to adapt to experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
Paris changed my life, and I got there through UMass. Those very specific seminal moments in Paris, the subway. A man in a tuxedo walked in, and a woman in a long gown, and it was stunning. It all hit me. It was like a lightning bolt. There was this world of beauty and style that I wanted to be a part of. That was the beginning of the journey, and that all came through the University of Massachusetts. And that was really a key moment for me. That's one of those moments you never forget.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny, nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
Something I discovered in myself is that if I have a goal, I can accomplish it.
It's a well-rounded experience.
At a Division III school, you primarily a student athlete, so the school is really shaped around you developing yourself as a complete individual.
It helps a lot that you have a family with your team that can guide you.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that, and it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop
teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
I'm the first undergraduate alumnus to lead this university. I'm very proud of that. I was literally able to transform my life because of the University of Massachusetts, and I want that for every single student that walks through the door.
And welcome back here inside Edward T. Berry Ice Rink, just ahead of puck drop, as we take a look at tonight's starting goaltenders. First, for the visiting William Smith College Herons, it's the sophomore Erin Murray out of Hanover, Massachusetts. She comes in with a 2.13 goals against average and a .94 save or 940 save percentage. For the Beacons, it's going to be Leah Bosch, the freshman out of Minnetonka, Minnesota, coming in with a 4-4-1 record, a 2.81 goals against average, and a .91 save percentage. As both teams in their huddles, as we approach puck drop, these two teams played each other earlier in the season, back on November 19th, and it was a 2-1 overtime win for the Beacons. Both these teams coming off of wins against Salem State. Beacons, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, a 6-1 win over Salem State, and the Herons with a 2-1 win. The Herons haven't played since January 14th, so a little bit of a layover, but we're about to get underway. Opening face-off, and it's a stalemate. Controlled by the Herons, moved up. Chipped in by Ketchabah, but it goes right to Maggio. She'll play it for Kozic, who tries to flip it in. Goes right onto the stick of Mackenzie O'Neill. She'll take it behind her own net. Flips it off the far glass. All the way back to the Beacons' end. Maggio there to collect. She'll look up ice. Makes it to the near side for Kozic. She'll flip it in. Getting there first is McDougal. Now Liz Cramp gets there. Wheels it for McDougal. Goes under his stick. Goes to the far point. As that one is sent back in by Buddington. Goes in around as the Beacons will make a change. Erin Murray out to stop it. Now on the near side, flipped up as Mia LaPlante tries to chip it in. As Capaldi was there, but LaPlante gets it back. LaPlante on the near side tries to get it to the middle. Goes to Buddington as she tries to move it up. As now Hansen tries to chip it out. Being battled for as Hansen will finally get it back to center. Henningsen Brown now with it. Has Capaldi on the wing and Hansen in the middle. Capaldi now with the shot. That goes wide. Goes all the way around back to center. Boyd off the bench will send it in. No icing as playing it is Annabelle Ziskin. Tries to play it through the middle. Reifler was there to disrupt that pass. As backhanding it ahead is Alex George. Herons try to break out through the neutral zone. That one flipped and knocked away by Boyd. Puck still loose and sent in. Back to get it is Reifler. She overskates it. Now Butters comes in and she loses it as Alyssa Canny with it. Now up to the point. That shot by Ziskin gets blocked. Another chance. That one goes towards the middle as it hit a skate. Reifler tries to chip it out. Tied up on the near side. That one flipped into the corner. As now the Herons will get a full change. Margot Butters will reverse it. Goes off the official, who is behind the net. Boyd tries to play it, gets intercepted. A chance in the middle as Sydney Foster banks it off the boards on the near side. Lauren Jackson now tries to send it in. That shot deflect towards goal in on Bosch, and she'll take a whistle.
Yeah, you mentioned the last time these two teams met, they went into OT, so you'd think that they both would come out with a little bit of intensity, but they look both a little bit not too eager to, take the puck in, dumping it deep most of the times, and just a little shaky early on.
A little bit of a feeling out process here. As controlling that is Sydney Lester. She tries to play it up, intercepted and sent back in for the Beacons. That was Emma Webster. Looking to move it up ice is Sydney Foster on the far side. Able to get it to Lauren Legler. Beacons control though. Kozic to Liz Cramp. She'll enter. Cramp tries to play it through the middle. Was looking perhaps for McDougal, but she was a little bit behind the play. Beacons still control though. Cramp behind the net. Banks it off the near boards. Up for Webster up top. She'll go D to D. As throwing that one towards the goal was Gabby Shantz. It goes wide. That one tries to get chipped out. Nice play by Webster. Gets it for McDougal in the middle. Her shot goes just wide. Perhaps getting a piece of it was Murray. Still behind the net. Herons look to chip it up. That was Sydney Lester. As sent back in as Brianna Fleece will try to move it up, but not out. As that one's picked off, Hanson, as the puck explodes off her stick, Henningsen Brown takes it in, and it's offside with 16:39 to go, opening period.
Webster was just excellent on that blue line there. That's what the Beacons need. They need to keep the puck out of their zone and in the offensive zone, and Webster just did twice, was able to do that for the Beacons.
A false start off the face-off, so we'll do it again. Emily Hansen and Mia LaPlante. Hansen, face-off specialist, wins it. Buddington will move it over for Boyd. Or rather, that was Giuliano. Hansen brings it in, throws one towards goal, hits a skate, goes to the near corner. Henningsen Brown there. Now Hansen looks to get there, and getting there first was the Herons, played all the way back to the Beacons' end. Buddington looking to move it up ice. It floats off the stick of Henningsen Brown. Ziskin looks to enter by herself. Pulls up, waits for reinforcements, gets it up top at the point for Alex George. Now through the middle, that shot goes just wide on the stick side, or the glove side rather. Now it goes to the near corner. Herons controlling it from up top. That one sent in by George into the corner. Getting there first is Claire Giuliano, but she's able to stay with it and sends it to the near side for Crepaldi. Crepaldi looking up ice as the Beacons are making a change, and she'll decide to flip it in, and it goes up and out of play and almost hits one of our camera operators down there. 15:39 to go.
Yeah, you know when you have to get the puck out, and that's what happens sometimes.
So the third line out there, Katie Wilbert with Allie Reifler and Anna Gustafson. Herons control in their own end. The D-to-D pass explodes off the stick of Jackson. Beacons looking to keep it in. That one's sent to the near side corner. Chipped up, keeping it in is Butters. Nice play. Plays it towards the middle, gets knocked down by Jackson, sending it all the way down the ice. And this will be an icing. 15:17 to go, opening period. Not much action so far.
Yeah, neither teams have really been able to create much of an opportunity. There's been lots of neutral zone play, lots of play down low, but they haven't really been able to get those shots on net that either team needs right now.
Kind of a lack of pace so far early on. I'm sure that'll change, though, throughout the rest of this game as it's sent to the far side. Looking to move it up is Sydney Foster. She gets bothered there on the back check by Boyd. That one sent in. Wilbert trying to get there first. As that one's sent to the far side. Herons control. That one's sent towards the middle. Centering pass. Nobody there except for Gustafson. Looking to move it out. Hits the skate of Ava Cornforth. And back the other way come the Herons as they look to push the attack. Centering pass just off the stick of Kayla Ketchabaugh. And that one goes back to center off a body as the Beacons will get a change. That one moved up. Mackenzie O'Neill takes a spill trying to receive that pass. Getting there first is Melina Maggio. She'll reverse it for Gabby Shantz. Shantz looking to move it out of her own end. Will take it in the neutral zone. Gets tripped up through the neutral zone, no call. Kozic back to Maggio. Hits Liz Cramp on the far side. Cramp in the officials circle. As it's turned over, McDougal had it. And her pocket was picked there by LaPlante. LaPlante will stay with it on the near side. Tries to center it, goes off Kozic. Second attempt goes right on the stick of Maggio. She'll play it out looking for Cramp. And I don't believe she got a piece of it. She did not. And it's icing. 13:55 to go. Opening period, no score.
The Beacons are making a lot of mistakes in their neutral zone. They have to really be able to get the puck out, and then they have to get over the red line and get it deep. And they're really struggling to do that. And that's causing some opportunities for the Herons here.
Both teams haven't really established much puck possession. Puck has kind of been bouncing all over the place here in the early going as the Herons look to control. That one's sent to the near side, Juliana Gong, and it's offside, so the faceoff will be in the neutral zone.
Not a lot of opportunities. I mean, this is a hard game if you're a goaltender because all of a sudden you have to face a quick one, and that's how this game can, change really quickly.
You're absolutely right, Gina. Is probably the worst way a game can start. As a goalie, you kind of just sit there waiting for something to happen. And you get bored in there as that puck being battled for on the far side. Tied up in the skates of Buddington. As finally comes out loose. That one thrown towards the goal by Hansen goes to the near corner. Chipped up back to center as Buddington will collect it in her own end. Looking up ice, will flip it. Gets it for Crepaldi. Crepaldi knocks it down, stays with it. Big collision there as Elisa Canny got the brunt of that one, going hard to the ice. Giuliano plays it for Buddington. Now for Crepaldi, she'll chip it in. Getting there first on the back check is Sydney Foster. Beacons trying to control possession. That one back to center. Nice play though by Boyd with the steal, and she'll send it in around the kick blade. Out to play it is Erin Murray. Leaving it off for her defenseman Cornforth. Gustafson takes the steal and tries to center it. Now a chance for Boyd, throws it towards goal. And a nice save by Erin Murray. And that's the first good chance on either side of this one.
Yeah, and I think it all starts with Reifler just being, you could tell the hustle she had to get down low caused the Herons to kind of give up the puck, and that's what eventually caused the opportunity for the Beacons.
So Wilbert and Faso on the face-off. Wilbert wins it. Boyd throws it towards goal. Bounces off the pad of Murray. Thought she had it covered, but it was loose as Beacons control. Margot Butters throws it towards goal. That one gets deflected wide. Boyd pinching in. Will send it for Gustafson down low. Being battled for there up against the end boards. Comes out loose as Faso will have it. Loses it, being bothered by Kozic. Back to center though. Kayla Ketchabah tried to thread the needle there for Mackenzie O'Neill. Was deflected, and a late penalty coming here, so the Beacons will go on the power play as a slash being called. So the Beacons with their first opportunity with the man advantage.
Yeah, it seemed like maybe a couple seconds ago there could have also been a hooking call on Kozic. And, that one you just can't miss. That's a clear tripping call, and the Beacons get the face-off down in their offensive zone and hopefully are able to create something off this penalty.
Beacons control off the face-off. Buddington sends it down low for McDougall. Cross ice. Gabby Shantz with it. Plays it for Cramp. Back to Shantz up top. Shantz will take it down low. Tries to throw it towards the goal, and that one hits a skate. Goes to the far side corner. That one sent all the way down the ice. On a nice play there by Ziskin, who goes down hard looking for a penalty. No call. Shantz reverses it for Liz Cramp. Liz Cramp tries to hit Henningsen Brown in the middle. That puck goes under her stick, and that will be an icing. Not what the Beacons wanted to start this power play.
Yeah, that's not a good start to the power play. They had some really good movement, but again, your first goal has to be to keep the puck in the zone, and they weren't able to do that.
Get a replay of the penalty. Pretty clear slash, trip, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, you can't really miss that for sure.
Back the other way, Henningsen Brown looks to enter. Has Cramp going towards goal. Henningsen Brown centering pass. And it goes beyond Cramp as she was being heckled on the back check, and that one sent all the way back down. Approaching a minute to go on the Beacons power play. 11 minutes to go, opening period. Butters leaves it off for Kozic. Still chipping in the neutral zone. Henningsen Brown tries to get it through to Hansen. She does. Has Wilbert going to goal. Hansen. That one got steered away by Murray. Not sure if that was a shot or a pass intended for Wilbert. But the puck goes to the near side. Wilbert has it. We'll give it to Kozic up top. Back to Wilbert. Wilbert shovels it to the corner. Hansen gets there. Taking a tumble to the ice was the Heron players. That one goes towards the net and frozen by Murray as the puck was loose in the crease. 31 seconds to go on this Beacons power play.
That's excellent patience from Hansen. She looked up. I think she saw she had Kozic, and I think the William Smith defender also thought that she was going to pass it, which opened the lane up, and she took it herself.
Well, Hansen and Faso on the faceoff. Hansen wins it. Boyd over to Butters. D-to-D. Her shot saved by Murray. Rebound comes out to the far side. That one tries to get cleared, but not out as it's sent back in by Butters. Final 20 of the Beacons power play. As that one's won and sent by Faso back to center. Butters whacks it ahead. Goes right to Ava Cornforth. Cornforth will flip it back to center for Emma Faso. Plenty of space. Will chip it in right to Butters, and that'll do it for the Beacons power play. Not a whole lot going on that opportunity as Liz Cramp moving it up for McDougal. She'll enter. Puck rolls off her stick, but she stays with it and backhands it around the kick blade. Liz Cramp battling for it. McDougal joins that as it goes behind the net. As Tiffany Foster tried to move it to the far side and ends up to the near side. McDougal finds the loose puck, goes back to center. Emma Webster will collect. Webster goes D to D for Shantz. She'll play it for Kozic, goes under her stick as flipping that back to the Beacons end was Tiffany Foster. Foster with it at center, having a little trouble with it, able to stay with it and get it to Lauren Jackson, her defense partner. And now a chance as that shot gets blocked by Shantz on the opportunity by Elisa Canny. A breakaway opportunity. Liz Cramp in alone. Her shot goes just wide over the blocker side. Beacons looking to stay with it on the forecheck as that being battled as Izzy Friedman had it. That one sent by Foster all the way to the far side. Out of the reach of her defense partner Jackson, but the Herons controlled and sent it back to the Beacons end. Buddington now with it. Banks it off the end boards for Allie Reifler. That one squeaks out loose as Gustafson back the other way. Chips it in. Getting there first, though, is Annabelle Ziskin and moves it back to center. Claire Giuliano has it. Goes D to D for Buddington off the boards. She'll move it up for Gustafson. Gustafson takes a spill. Beacons control as Giuliano will skate it past the red line. Tries to backhand it in, delayed offside as Giuliano unaware, and that will be whistled down with 8:11 to go here in the opening period.
I think we'll take a look at this breakaway. It's all speed. She's even with them the whole way until the end.
Good opportunity for Liz Cramp, just air milling it on the breakaway opportunity as the Herons control off that face-off. Cornforth tries to move it up. Lauren Legler moves it for Brittany Foster. Foster will bring it in. Will drop it for Sydney Foster. As that puck tied up on the near side, now flipped in behind the net. Margot Butters first on it. She'll bank it off the kick blade as Crapaldi is there. Couldn't win the battle. Puck still tied up. And that one's sent in. Back behind the Beacons net. Butters plays it up the boards for Crapaldi. As she can't handle that pass, and it goes back behind the net. Margot Butters looks to move things ahead. That pass off the boards as kept in by Sydney Lester momentarily, but sent back to the Herons end. Ava Cornforth avoiding Henningsen Brown there. Tries to get it through the middle to Brittany Foster, goes under her stick. Maggio chips it in. Battle for on the near side half boards as that one's chipped in to the far side. Race for the puck, McDougal, but getting there first was Lauren Jackson as she will move it ahead for Ketchabaugh. Ketchabaugh tries to play it for Foster. That one's chipped back in though by Cramp. Controlling it is Kozic. Kozic will send it around the kick blade as McDougal on the forecheck as that one sent ahead though by Jackson. That one through the neutral zone on the pass by Foster. Nobody there except for Gabby Shantz. Now Maggio plays it for Kozic. She had space, but puck bouncing off her stick. Goes to the corner and battling there with Alex George. George comes out with it. Now a chance the other way. Juliana Gong on the near side. She'll enter the zone. Taking it around behind the net. Stays with it to the far side. Gong still with it. Now gets it to George. George fakes the shot. Now the middle for Gong. That shot goes just wide. Not sure if Leah Bosch ever saw it. Now another chance. That shot gets blocked by Gustafson. Goes in on goal. And Bosch able to find the loose puck. And some jawing after the whistle.
Those are two really difficult saves to make. There's lots of traffic in the net. Bosch is somehow able to find them and make those saves. Really key for the Beacons here as we get to the end of this first period.
Couple of good opportunities there for Juliana Gong, senior out of Hingham, Mass. There for the Herons. That shot gets blocked as that one's sent in by Izzy Friedman, tied up on the near side. Alyssa Canny with it, but it's taken away by Butters, and she'll flip it back to center, looking for Raefler, as that one's tied up, as Tiffany Foster had it, and it squeaks out loose. Wilbert first on it, looking to center it for Gustafson, but it goes right onto the stick of Annabelle Ziskin, as she'll race up through the neutral zone, tries to get past Boyd, but Boyd held her ground there, sent all the way back in, is coming out as Erin Murray to leave it off. Foster couldn't catch that pass through the neutral zone, as Buddington now plays it for Wilbert, as puck cut back to Buddington, and she'll go for Claire Giuliano. Giuliano tries to play it through the middle for Hansen, as she was stonewalled there by Foster. As Giuliano, Hansen got a piece of that pass, and it's sent right back into the Beacon zone and behind the red line, so this will be an icing with 4:51 to go in this first period.
Lots and lots of neutral zone play. Both teams are having a difficult time getting the puck deep. The Beacons have shown that they have quite a bit of speed on this team, so they really have to utilize that. Henningsen Brown had a few times getting around players on the outside, as well as we saw Cramps breakaway, so they really have to utilize that to get the puck deep.
Lauren Legler able to win that draw, sent all the way around, and this one will go back to the Beacons end. No icing, as Gabby Shantz got a piece of it, as Emma Webster looking to move it up. That pass gets tipped up into the crowd, out of play off the stick of Mackenzie O'Neill, so the face-off will stay in the Beacon zone. But you mentioned it, Gina, a lot of neutral zone play early on here.
Yeah, and it can be difficult. You feel like you're not really being able to get anything going, so it's hard to start some sort of momentum when that's how the game's going.
Herons win that draw. Shot thrown towards the goal by Jackson gets blocked. Sending down low as McDougall tried to play it. It was intercepted. Puck still loose, swooping in, and they score! Couldn't see who it was. I believe it was Lauren Jackson who put it home, or correction, Kayla Ketchabaugh, who we featured in our matchup to watch at the top of the broadcast. And she'll put it home, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, Emma Faso did a great job behind the net, getting that puck out in front, and then the finish was beautiful.
So Ketchabaugh gets her 8th of the season. I believe it was Ketchabaugh who came in and finished that off, as Butters controls behind the net. Will go to the far side for Boyd. Cramp tries to play it up. It's intercepted. George with it. They do give it to Ketchabaugh. Liz Cramp takes a tumble in the neutral zone, and a penalty coming here. So another power play opportunity. Kozic to the goal. That shot goes just wide. Murray may have got a piece of it, but the Beacons will go back to the power play as Liz Cramp got tripped up in the neutral zone.
Kozic showing off some fancy stick handling there to get the puck in deep.
We'll take a look at the goal here as loose puck. Talked about it. The puck retrieval for both teams has not been very good early on. Another example there for the Beacons, just can't find that loose puck. But the Beacons back to the power play. It'll be Raefler, McDougall, Cramp with Buddington and Shantz at the point. Beacons control. Buddington will send it in. Reifler behind the net. Tries to center it for Cramp. Reifler stays with it. Gets it for Buddington, but it explodes off her stick back to the neutral zone. Herons control. That one's sent all the way back to the Beacons end. Shantz goes D to D for Buddington. Buddington through the middle looking for Reifler. Pass was behind her. And that one tried to get cleared by Brianna Felice, but the Beacons control. Cramp taking it down low. That one whacked to the far side. McDougall gets beat to the puck there by Mila Plant. Nice play there by the Herons penalty killer. Gabby Shantz now with it. She'll send it in and peel off for a change. 3 minutes to go, opening period. Beacons with their second power play of this opening period. As it approaches a minute left to go on that. A chance though for Wilbert. Centering pass for Capaldi. Great save Murray, and she's able to cover up the rebound as well.
That's an excellent save from Murray. That's really difficult to come all the way across It's a good pass from Wilbert to get it across, but an even better save from Murray.
Good opportunity for the Beacons as they have 1 minute and 1 second on this power play. As Emma Faso wins that face-off, and that one's sent all the way down the ice. Leah Bosch out to play it. She'll shovel it over for Butters, as Butters is going to take a penalty there as she trips up Izzy Friedman. So we're going to play 4-on-4 here for 48 seconds.
Yeah, hopefully we can take another look at it. It's hard. You're going into the boards, you're trying to lift the stick, and she just got under her a little bit, I think.
You're exactly right, Gene. I think she was just trying to make a play on the puck there. As you see the replay, and just kind of got too much stick in there. As we'll play 4-on-4 for 48 seconds. Herons controlled the draw. LaPlante had it, but that one sent to the near side. Nice move there by Gong. Going to the net. That shot, getting a piece of it, was Bosch, and maybe a bit of the post as well, as Gabby Shantz lost her stick, so that puck goes right by her. LaPlante tries to center it, and it's whacked away by Bosch. Another centering pass. Bosch got a stick on it. Kozic will send it the length of the rink, and that's going to be icing. I don't think she realized that it was still 4-on-4. 14 seconds left of it, so the faceoff will be back in the Beacon zone.
Bosch does a really good job protecting that inside angle, but this is going to be interesting for the Beacons. They're going to go on the penalty kill with just about a minute left in the period. They want to keep this game just 1-0. They don't want anything getting kind of out of hand within the first period, so it'll be interesting to see how they deal with this.
The Herons controlled the draw, but Kozic swoops in and gets it back to center. As 5 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. Emma Faso will enter. She'll shoot it. And a save by Bosch made it hit the apron of the goal as well. So 1:10 of power play time here for the Herons. Faso controls, looking to maneuver it towards the middle, whacked back to the blue line, but not out. As keeping that in was Lauren Jackson. Kozic, though, able to get it back to center. And the Beacons will get a partial change. Kayla Ketcherbaugh behind her own net, looking to move things up the ice. Gets it for Ava Cornforth. She goes cross ice for Lauren Jackson, but that's batted back into the Heron zone. Now they look to move it ahead. LaPlante will send it in, but it gets knocked down by Hansen. Hansen takes it past center and will send it in. Final 30 seconds of this Herons power play. Approaching 1 minute now to go in this first period. Through the middle of the ice is McMurray. It goes in on Bosch, and she'll cover it for a whistle.
That's a smart decision to cover that puck, get the Beacons, any changes that they need, reset their lines, and kill this last 18 seconds of this penalty kill.
So face off to the right of Leah Bosch. That one won by LaPlante. Now Sydney Lester plays it to cross ice. That shot on goal, and a nice save by Bosch, and she'll cover it on the chance by Ziskin from the point. So 44 seconds to go. Opening period, 8 seconds on the Herons power play as LaPlante wins the faceoff again. Now up top. Over to Lester on the near side, had trouble with it. That'll do it. So we're back to 5 aside. Kozic exits the box. That one, centering pass, great save by Bosch as that one thrown towards goal. Now back to center. Controlling it is Ziskin. She'll go D to D for Lester. Now on the near side, Gong tries to chip it in, but McDougall picked her pocket as that one sent back to center. Final 10 seconds of this opening period. That one flipped in. Gabby Shantz will decide to just eat it against the boards as the final seconds tick off, and that will do it for the first period. Not a lot of action in that one, but it's the Herons who will go to the room with a 1-0 lead on the goal from Kayla Ketcherbaugh. Gina, your thoughts?
Yeah, it was a beautiful goal. The Herons definitely deserve to be up 1-0, but as we looked at the stats at the beginning of this game, these teams are very evenly matched, so they both haven't really been able to generate a lot of opportunities, create a lot of chances. So we'll see. I think there's a lot of room for this game to kind of sway in either direction. I think nothing's decided yet, and both these teams know it, so it'll be interesting.
Well, that'll wrap up our first period action. We'll be back to go over the first period scoring summary and game stats. Once again, Andrew Bluestein, Gene Albano here. We'll be right back on the Beacons Broadcast Network.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
I did receive academic scholarships. Just being involved on campus, being a leader, all those things combined kind of get me recognized. It's a great experience for me.
Cheer for the stumbles. The he shoulda had that's. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
The University of Massachusetts Boston, with its scenic oceanfront campus, easily accessible to downtown Boston, is recognized as a model of excellence for urban public universities. 16 NCAA Division III sports are part of the more than 100 student organizations that create an engaging campus life in America's biggest and best college town. UMass Boston, Boston's urban public research university for the 21st century.
Division III allows you to give yourself to other things.
Having that free time allows me to pursue the things that I want to pursue.
Division III athletics affords students the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport.
It allows you to just be able to do everything you want to do. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Moving from Turkey, it was a rough journey for me because when you don't really speak the language that well and when you don't really fit in the crowd, it's very easy to disappear. But I decided not to give up, and UMass helped me.
UMass Boston was my first choice because when I came to the campus, I saw that there was a lot of diversity, there's a lot of people. Here there is a lot of international students, so it's really cool to meet people from different countries, different parts of the world. I'm Julia Murphy, I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
I'm Olivia Murphy, I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
We're sisters.
We're sisters.
I play volleyball and she plays basketball. Here they have a freshman success community. So each major has their own community that you can join as a freshman, and you take classes with them, you do study groups with them. So it was really helpful getting to know people in your major right away.
So in health exercise sciences, we have an internship at the end, where it's so much better to have an advisor helping you out, telling you which classes to choose.
People at UMass Boston, they're here because they know they can have an impact, not just on research, but on people, on their students.
This is just a starting point. It only has potential to grow, and it has a big potential to grow up.
You're really having a direct impact on people's lives, and you can see that now, and you can see that years from now.
So I think it's becoming like the place that people want to go.
What UMass Boston is able to offer to its young people certainly stands out to that mission that was set right out in the beginning. It's something UMass Boston should be and can be very proud about.
And welcome back here inside Edward T. Berry Ice Rink. Andrew Bluestein, Gene Albano here with you after one period as William Smith College leads UMass Boston 1-0. And as we take a look at our first period scoring summary, as the only goal coming from Kayla Ketcherbaugh, her 8th of the season. Only assist on that was from Emma Faso, and that is where we stand right now. As let's take a look at our first period game stats. As Beacons being outshot 7-5, 6 saves for Leah Bosch, 4 for Erin Murray. Face-offs pretty close as Herons having the advantage there, 12-10. Beacons 0 for 2 on the power play, Herons 0 for 1. But Gina, what do you want to see a little bit more of? We talked about the lack of pace on both sides, but what do you want to see going into the second period?
I think more shots for both teams is definitely going to be beneficial. Just getting those opportunities, getting those shots, really forcing both these goalies to make some saves is going to be really key. Both these teams are sitting really close in the standings, so I have no doubt in my mind that this game's intensity is going to pick up as they kind of see what's on the line here. We're getting closer to playoffs. Both teams know this is kind of when they have to shine, so I think it's going to get really interesting.
Well, that'll wrap up our first intermission report. As once again, it's William Smith College leading UMass Boston by a score of 1-0 after one period. Andrew Bluestein, Gino Albano here with you. We'll be back for second period action here on the Beacons Broadcast Network.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I know how powerful words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family. So now I pledge to do the same for others. If you can play in Division III.
What separates UMass Boston from other schools is the fact that a large percentage of students commute. For me, it takes 2 hours each day to go to and from school, but every second has been worth it because the students that come here are serious about learning, they value their education, and understand where it'll take them in the future. This is what UMass Boston means to me.
The University of Massachusetts Boston. It's just minutes from downtown, and the Princeton Review calls it one of the best values in the country. A nationally recognized institution of academic excellence and research, UMass Boston offers more than 150 undergraduate and graduate programs, 16 Division III sports, and more than 100 student organizations. To learn more about the opportunities waiting for you at UMass Boston, visit in person or online. UMass Boston, a research university with a teaching soul.
Welcome back here inside Edward C. Berry Ice Rink. Andrew Bluestein, Gene Albano here with you as we're about to get set for second period action. As we're waiting for both teams to take the ice. As we have a little bit of House of Pain jump around playing right now. It's an all-time classic. Not sure if you're familiar with this tune. I'm sure you've heard it before, but
once or twice.
both teams back on the ice. As we're just about to get set for the opening face-off of the second period. Gina, what are your thoughts on Leah Bosch's performance in that first period? Had to make a few big saves.
Yeah, she did, and she came up big on every save that she kind of had to make, except for the one beautiful goal by Ketchabah. Other than that, she's been phenomenal during this first period, and I think she'll continue it in the second period as well.
We're underway for second period action. We'll see if the pace of this contest picks up a bit. As puck back behind in the far corner, Gabby Shantz will play it over for Maggio. That one chipped to the near side, but not out, as Maggio will have to go back behind her own net. Stays with it, tries to move it through the middle, hit a stick as it gets back to the neutral zone, but sent right back in by Mia LaPlante. Shantz behind her own net will move it to the near side as Liz Cramp couldn't control that, sent right back in. Maggio behind the net, hits Cramp with it. Cramp looking to move it out. Nice move there through the neutral zone as she'll enter the zone. Another nice move from Cramp. Tries to center it. That shot goes just wide on the blocker's side, but a good effort there by Liz Cramp. It's back the other way. McMurray hits Juliana Gong as that one gets intercepted by Buddington. Now Henningsen Brown with speed on the near side. Henningsen Brown looking to go to goal. Puck deflects up in the air off the stick there of Tiffany Foster and goes behind the net.
That's a really smart play by Buddington. Most defenders want to just go off the boards there, but she takes that look up, finds the left wing of Henningsen Brown and creates an opportunity.
Henningsen Brown had a lot of space. She took it to the net, but good defensive play there by Tiffany Foster as Foster will take it behind her own net, move it to the far side. Crepaldi steals, stays with it, and the puck will trampoline off her stick. Henningsen Brown throws it towards goal, and it deflects off the outside of the net. Emily Hansen now with it, tries to center it, and it goes off a skate. Collision there as Boyd will send Kelly Howe down to the ice as the puck still loose at center ice. Crepaldi now with it. Nice pass for Henningsen Brown. Henningsen Brown will take it to the corner. Now tries to center it, but it goes right onto the stick of Elisa Canny.
Henningsen Brown is finding space, and her teammates are doing a really good job of finding her. So that's something that the Herons got to look out for because she has speed and she can definitely make something happen.
Henningsen Brown, the freshman out of Portland, Oregon. As that puck tied up on the far side as Gustafson digs it out. Emily Hansen will backhand it in deep. Raefler now will swoop in, tried to move it for Gustafson, but bit of a miscommunication there as they both headed towards the puck, and that one sent back into the Beacon's end. Allie Raefler will try to headman it through the neutral zone as that one got disrupted and knocked back the other way. Sydney Foster tries to play it towards goal. Butters tried to clear it and fanned on that attempt. Puck goes all the way to the far side. Raefler tries to stick it out and pokes it back to center. That one goes all the way in on Erin Murray, and she's forced to take a whistle as she had Anna Gustafson in her kitchen.
Yeah, Gustafson definitely just forced an offensive face-off, which is really exciting for the Beacons. You know, that might have been something that Murray's able to kind of slide off to the side for one of her defenders, but Gustafson ensures that they get the offensive face-off.
As that one sent to the near side, Katie Wilbert will send it in off the glove of Allie Raefler. As collecting that now is Emma Faso, as that one being battled for in the near side corner. Tied up on the boards as that one poked as Gabby Shantz will step into it as that puck goes around the kick blade. Emma Webster pinching in, tries to get there first. She gets stapled up against the boards by Lauren Jackson. And that one goes in on Murray, and she'll freeze it for a whistle with 16:26 to go here in the middle period.
Yeah, Gustafson just had a really good shift. Keeping that puck in the zone down behind the goal line, another huge play, and again, creating another offensive face-off for the Beacons.
Neil LaPlante able to win that face-off as the Herons look to move it ahead. That's sent up by Elizabeth McMurray. Getting there first was Giuliano, but the puck slides off her stick. That one thrown towards goal, sticked away by Bosch. McDougall behind her own net. Has Gong on her back as Buddington now battling there. She'll play it to the far side. Kept in by Cornford. She'll take it behind the net. Now gets it up top for Sydney Lester. Lester moving it over. As Howe tried to throw it towards goal, hits a body in front as Liz Cramp gets sprung the other way. Cramp trying to beat Sydney Lester, but Lester able to stay with it. Lester now collects it in the far corner, tries to chip it through and can't. Lester now reverses it to the near side as Gong there. She'll take it behind her own net and reverse it back for Ava Cornforth. Cornforth plays it for LaPlante. Now moved through the neutral zone for Kelly Howe, but too far ahead. No icing as the Herons make a full change. Margot Butters now looking to headman it as she'll take it through the neutral zone, backhands it to Capaldi. Puck explodes off her stick. She'll send it in. Emily Hansen a chance, 2-on-1, has Cramp. Hansen throws it towards goal, goes wide. May have got disrupted on the way there as well, as now Annabelle Ziskin will move it into the neutral zone. Sydney Foster will bring it in. Foster takes it behind the net. A wraparound attempt as that one got bothered by the stick of Butters, but Leah Bosch will freeze it for a whistle with 14:48 to go in the second period.
Yeah, the Beacons just had quite a few opportunities there, and that's the kind of hustle you want to see out of your first and second line. They're really starting to kind of begin putting that momentum in play, and hopefully they'll be able to keep that up and make something happen.
Katie Wilbert losing that face-off to Lauren Legler as the puck will go all the way around to the near side. As somebody took a tumble there, it was Gustafson, and we have a whistle for a hand pass. So the face-off will remain in the Beacon zone. As we'll do it again with Wilbert and Legler on the draw. Wilbert able to win that face-off, heads up as that one flipped out of play by Gabby Shantz.
Wilbert's getting some practice in here for her face-offs. She just had to take 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's able to win this one and the Beacons are able to kind of transition back into the offensive zone.
Right now, I guess it's a best 2 of 3 as that one's a stalemate. The Beacons control. Puck still loose. A chance. That one whacked at, but in good position was Raefler defensively, preventing that one to get through. Puck goes behind the net. Maggio will send it to the far side as Gabby Shantz loses an edge. Raefler tries to chip it up for Wilbert. Not out though. That one sent back towards the middle. A nice play opportunity for Foster, and that one whacked away by Shantz to the far side. Nice play there. Taking a spill was Hansen as that one flipped back in. Gabby Shantz tries to knock it down as she's being bothered by Emma Faso. As Faso picks her pocket, tries to center it from O'Neill. O'Neill stays with it, takes it to the far corner. Now spins back, tries to take it towards the net. Will go behind the net, and a big collision as Wilbert goes hard to the ice. The Beacons look to break out though. Hannah Gustafson flips it off the boards. That goes off of George's face mask, and another penalty coming here as the Beacons will go to the power play. Hannah Gustafson being interfered with, so the Beacons will have their third man advantage of the evening.
Shantz and Maggio did a great job down in the defensive end, blocking shots, winning the puck battles. There could have been quite a few opportunities or big saves that Bosch had to make, and she really didn't have to. And then on the opposite side, Gustafson goes down and draws the penalty, and just like that, the Beacons are 5-on-4.
Beacons doing a good job of protecting the front of the net on that last sequence as they have a power play here, their third of the night. Katie Wilbert will send it up to the point for Margot Butters. Butters plays it down low for Kozic. So it's up front, Kozic, Hansen, and Wilbert with Butters and Boyd at the points. That one sent down low for Hansen. Hansen centers for Kozic. Oh, she had Wilbert at the back door but couldn't get it through, and it goes back to center. Butters whacks it off the boards. Emily Hansen swoops in. puck a little bit too far ahead of her, and that one sent back to center by Izzy Friedman. So the Beacons have to regroup. That one goes off the stick or skate of Kozic, but Hansen controls, leaves it off for Kozic. Minute 15 to go on the Beacons power play. Butters walking towards the middle. That shot goes wide off the boards. Boyd tried to pinch in. Butters now on the far side. Goes that one towards goal, goes behind the net. Emily Hansen will collect it on the near side. She'll pull up, head towards the faceoff dot. Throws it towards goal. Save, rebound, still loose at the top of the crease. Whack to the far side. Hansen gets knocked down there by Mia LaPlante, who gets it back to center. And that one will go all the way down the ice, as both teams will make changes. As 40 seconds now to go on the Beacons' third power play. Now a chance. Buddington throws it towards goal. Rebound comes out as Cramp was there, but she couldn't find it. She's able to stay with it. Buddington down low. McDougal will cycle it for Reifler. She'll take it behind the net. Now to the far side. Shantz throws it towards goal. Rebound. McDougal a chance. Tries to backhand it. Hands on it. Buddington swoops in. Saved by Murray. Puck still loose. And coming out with it there was Siskin. And she'll send it all the way down the ice. Final 10 seconds of the Beacons power play. Easily their best of the three opportunities they've had, as that one's sent in behind the red line, and it'll be an icing, and that will leave 3 seconds on the Beacons power play, so that'll just about do it with the faceoff coming back in their own end.
Yeah, you can't be mad at that power play. Yeah, the zero's still on the board, but that is just opportunity after opportunity. Murray had to make some absolutely phenomenal saves that you don't expect most goalies to make. And hopefully they can just use this momentum to kind of put something on the board.
So that'll do it for the power play as we're back to 5-a-side. That one chipped to the far side. Reifler moves it for McDougal. Tries to get it ahead for Cramp. Cramp will shield it on the far side. Oh, the Beacons, too many players on the ice there almost as they were making a change. As Margot Butters will go back behind her own net and look to start things back up ice. Mia Boyd with it on the near side. Banks it off the boards for Henningsen Brown. A 2-on-1. She has Crapaldi going to the net, and the puck just went a little bit too far ahead of her. She couldn't stay with it as it goes to the far side. Tied up. There's that one sent behind the net. Collecting it is Sydney Lester. Sydney Foster moves it through now for Brittany Foster. Foster tries to take it to the outside. Nice job there, though, by Butters. Foster does a nice job staying with it. Tries a wraparound as that one goes through the crease. Crapaldi back up the ice. Throws it for Henningsen Brown, and she'll get it in to the far corner. Pulls up. Gets bothered there by Tiffany Foster as the Herons will control and move it up ice, and this will be an icing as faceoff will go back into the Williams-Smith end with 10:16 to go here, just about halfway through this contest.
Yeah, Boyd does a great job of in the defensive end, lifting that stick, causing issues so that the puck has to go untouched right through the crease, and we're getting a little bit of back and forth here as the game picks up. So this is definitely something I think the Beacons want to see as they head into deep into the second period.
Definitely a lot more urgency in this period than we saw in the first. Less time in the neutral zone and a lot more puck possession as well. As that one sent to the near side. Nice play by Reifler reading that pass to intercept it, except she loses it. And the puck back to center as now Foster with it. She'll flip it in. Cross corner. As the Herons will make a change. Buddington first on it. Tries to move it up. Hits a skate against the boards. Buddington gets it again though. Gets it for Wilbert. Reifler tried to hit Wilbert. She couldn't handle that pass. As now Emma Faso will enter. She'll pull up on the near side. Stays with it. Tries to throw it towards goal. A deflection saved by Bosch as it comes out to the faceoff dot. As Wilbert sends it up for Gustafson. Puck bounces over her stick and sent right back in by Alex George. Giuliano will pull up and look to hit Gustafson on the outlet pass. Goes far ahead. No icing as it hit a stick. And it didn't even have enough juice to get to the red line anyways. That one sent up by Ketcherbaugh looking for O'Neill. Puck goes beyond her reach as the puck will stay in the neutral zone. Mia LaPlante banks it off the boards. That one goes behind the net as Gabby Shantz will collect. Plays it through the middle, turns it over. Has a chance for Elizabeth McMurray now. takes it behind the net, centers it, saved by Bosch on the doorstep on Gong, as Kozic tried to get it out but can't. That shot from the point gets through, and it's saved by Bosch again. Good pressure here by the Herons as they set up shop in the offensive end. Gong takes it to the middle, now to the near side, leaves it off for Lester. Her shot towards goal deflects, and Bosch may have got a piece of it. Goes to the far side. There's Ava Cornforth with it now. Leaves it off for Sydney Lester. Now tied up in the corner. Gabby Shantz going at it with Lester. She goes to the ice. Liz Cramp whacks at it. Now McDougall with it. Brings it out to center. Kozic will flip it in. Getting there first is Gong, as she'll play it to the near side. Alyssa Canny. Intercepting that though is Crepaldi. But right back the other way. Ava Cornforth. As that one flipped as Mia Boyd there will cycle it back behind the net. Emma Webster looks to move it up. Intended for Crepaldi. Henningsen Brown perhaps a chance the other way. Henningsen Brown on the far wing. 1 against 2. Her shot goes wide. Puck goes all the way around the boards as Boyd will send it in. Now goes around to the other side. Crepaldi tries to whack at it. Puck still loose at the top of the face-off circle. Now back the other way. Kelly Howe tries to move it in the middle for Friedman. Gets hooked down, and a penalty coming here against UMass. So the Herons will now go to the power play with 7:19 to go here in the second period.
Yeah, that's a tough one. You're trying to back check. You got to keep those feet moving, but Bosch made some really good saves that I think have to be kind of noted. She definitely couldn't see half of those shots, but she had the right positioning and was able to kind of keep that puck out of the net somehow. So the Beacons, you don't want to be on the penalty kill, but with the way Bosch is playing, this is definitely something they can kill off and kind of get out of, I think.
Yeah, absolutely right, Gina, as a lot of traffic in front of Bosch on those last few shifts as they look to do it again with an opportunity on the power play. That shot, backdoor, and a great save by Bosch with the glove up against the post. And that one goes back to center. Ava Cornforth looks to slow things down. Uses her partner, Lauren Jackson, who will set up behind her own net. Moving it to the wing for Cornforth. Now Mackenzie O'Neill gets bothered by Gabby Shantz as they go at it on the far side, and that one's sent back down the ice.
Great job protecting your blue line, forcing them to kind of have to reset and re-enter the zone.
Kayla Ketchabaugh, the goal scorer for the Herons, will bring it in. Leaves it off for Emma Faso. Now in the middle, Ziskin, nice move, cutting to the middle, her shot, she scores! What a move there by Annabelle Ziskin. And it's a power play goal for the Herons as they lead it 2-0.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Again, so much traffic in front of the net. There's nothing Bosch can really do about that. And just an absolute beautiful shot from Ziskin.
So Annabelle Ziskin, sophomore out of Smithtown, New York, will grab her second of the season on the power play. And the Beacons find themselves in a 2-goal hole here as drop the puck after the goal by the Herons as Henningsen Brown now looking to press the attack. She'll move it to the outside. Now up top for Webster. D to D for Boyd. Boyd being bothered. Backhands that one towards goal. Sticked away by Murray. LaPlante moving it for Tiffany Foster to the far side. Henningsen Brown on the back check as that one goes back to center. Mia Boyd a little trouble with it. Decides to just send it in on goal. And Murray will paddle it and take a whistle with 5:56 to go, but the Beacons have an offensive zone faceoff.
Yeah, you're definitely going to see some urgency from the Beacons here. You got 5 minutes left as we look at that goal.
Yeah, just a nice move there by Ziskin, cutting to the inside and back to the outside as the Beacons look to control, but that one's picked off. Lauren Jackson controls. Plays it high off the glass, back to center. Mia Boyd with it. Flips it towards the officials' circle. Liz Cramp loses her stick. Kozic, though, able to stay with it. Kozic with speed behind the net. Will backhand that off the apron of the goal. Now George looking to move things up. That one goes right on the stick, though, of Boyd at center. Now Maggio will flip it in. Murray knocks that down, and coming in is George to collect. She'll reverse it to the near side. As Sydney Foster being battled there as Liz Cramp takes a tumble in the corner. As she's a little slow to get up. You hope she's okay, and looks like she's headed off to the bench, so we'll keep our eye on that. It's not a player you want to lose if you're UMass. Wilbert getting a piece of that, but they're going to say, nope, no icing, as Reifler with speed cancels that out. Nice job by Allie Reifler. Chance in front. Wilbert a chance, and that one got disrupted on the defensive play by Lauren Jackson. A 3-on-2 perhaps, but opting to flip it in there was Izzy Friedman. Goes behind the net and gets it. Centering pass as that one sticked away by Bosch. Puck thrown towards goal. Bosch blockers it away. Reifler collects behind the net. Banks it off the near side boards, but not out. Wilbert, though, able to get it past center. A one-on-one bid. Wilbert tries to cut to the middle. She's able to. Wilbert to the net. A backhander and a collision there heavily going to the goal as Wilbert goes to the ice. And now Murray grabbing her right leg, it looks like, as well. Hope everybody's okay after that collision. There was a penalty called. I believe the Beacons will have a power play as Wilbert with a great chance there.
Yeah, Wilbert was on a complete breakaway, so I mean, there's nothing really as a defender you can do other than take them out, and I think she ended up taking out Murray with her.
It was a great move by Wilbert. It was a one-on-one. She looked like she put it in between the legs of the defenseman and got around. As
we can take a look at it here. Yeah, I don't even think Wilbert really went into Murray. I think
it's just a heavy collision.
Yeah.
Looks like Murray's going to need to come out of this game. So, unless we have a timeout here, I believe. So the Beacons have called timeout. Smart decision by head coach Daniel Blanchard. You have the power play. You're down 2 goals. Your 4th opportunity on the power play. What are you telling your team during this timeout, Gina?
Yeah, well, this is really a time where you have to use this power play to get a number on the board and get a goal here. Like you were mentioning a little earlier, Katie Wilbert had some phenomenal stick handling, threaded the needle, and you really need to see that. You need to see players kind of use this time, stay patient, and kind of find opportunities, good opportunities to kind of put the puck in the back of the net.
Well, looks like we're having some net issues down there as the net was knocked out of its moorings as the pegs came loose. So that adding on here to the stoppage. But I will say pace has definitely picked up from what we saw in the first period. A little slow moving, but definitely a lot more action in either end of the ice.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Both these teams. William Smith really trying to keep that lead, and you know, UMass has really kind of picked up the intensity. They know kind of what's on the line with this game, and you know, it's clear as day. You can see it.
So the net problem looks to be fixed. Nice job by the ice crew here at Edward T. Berry Ice Rink. So the face-off will be to the right of Erin Murray, so good to see that she's okay. The unit will be McDougall, Cramp, and Reifler up front with Buddington and Shantz at the points. Beacons control. Buddington will move it down low. That puck bounces over the stick of Reifler, goes behind the net. Reifler able to win the battle though. Gets it for Shantz on the far side. Shantz moves it down low. Reifler in the corner. Reifler tried to get it in front. Gabby Shantz though winning the puck behind the net. Will reverse it down low for Reifler. Reifler collects it in the far corner. Moving it to Cramp up top. Good to see Liz Cramp back on the ice as she took a tumble a few shifts ago. Was slow to get up, but right back out there. Buddington a shot. Blocker St. Murray. As the rebound exploded towards McDougall, she couldn't handle it. Minute 20 to go on the Beacons power play. As possessing that though are the Herons, and that one flipped back to center. Buddington shovels it ahead for McDougall. McDougall tried to play it into the zone. It was knocked down though by Emma Faso and sent all the way down the river. As Bosch out to play it, the Herons will make a full change. Fresh penalty killers out. That one sent all the way up the ice is perhaps for McDougall, but she was going off for a change, no icing. as that one flipped back to center, just over Izzy Friedman's stick. Under a minute to go on the power play for the Beacons. 3 minutes approaching in the second period. That puck gets sent to the far side. Boyd will slow things down, moves it over for Butters. They'll play pass behind the net, back to Boyd. Boyd through the middle for Cramp. Perhaps a 2-on-1. Moving it ahead. Wilbert a chance. Wilbert getting bothered on the back check though by Cornforth. Nice job there defensively. Up top though for Butters. Butters tries to throw it towards goal. Gets blocked by Gong. As Mia Boyd does a great job there getting back, preventing the breakaway as Gong would have had one as that one flipped in on Murray, and she'll cover it. 9 seconds to go on the Beacons power play.
Yeah, you know, the Beacons haven't really been able to create much this power play, but they still have 9 seconds. If you can win this face-off, you know, you have Butters at the point, or maybe not anymore, but Buddington on the point, still a great defensive shooter, so there's still time to kind of create something and make something happen.
Hansen wins that draw, but a little too cleanly as it goes past Giuliano. She'll play it over for Buddington, as that'll do it for the Beacons power play. As once again not able to capitalize. As that one sent up top. Giuliano tries to chip it in. It's tied up on the far boards. That one thrown to the front. Henningsen Brown leaves it for Hansen. A backhander and a pad save there by Murray. That one up top. Erin Murray perhaps laboring a little bit after that opportunity, so we'll keep our eye on that. She took a big part of the collision with Wilbert, which led to the Beacons power play that just expired. That one tied up in front of the scorer's box as we'll come to the near side for Henningsen Brown. Buddington moving it for Hansen. Hansen will bring it in. Hansen tries to cut to the middle, able to flip it into the far corner. Swooping in there to get it is Annabelle Ziskin. Moving it ahead for Mackenzie O'Neill. She'll bring it in. Tries to work against Buddington. Nice job, though, by the Beacons defenseman, moving it for Reifler in the neutral zone as she couldn't get around Sydney Lester, who made a good defensive play, because Reifler would have been in all alone. Wilbert leaves it for Reifler. Reifler tries to backhand it, who had Gustafson in front, but another good defensive play there, this time from Sydney Lester, as that one flipped to the near side. Final minute of the second period. That one flipped ahead for Gong, but nice job there by Maggio. Gabby Shantz battling there, able to win it. Gets it for Maggio. Tries to play it through the middle for Gustafson. Flips it in. Wilbert will chase. There's Sydney Lester there as well. Gustafson chips it down low for Kozic. That one flipped towards the front. That shot whacked by Kozic just wide. Kozic will play it down low as Gustafson being bothered there, and that one flipped back to center as Elizabeth McMurray sent that down the ice. No icing. Final 20 seconds of the second period. Mia Boyd looking for Liz Cramp on the near side. It was intercepted, though, by Ava Cornforth, and the Herons are offside. So with 13 seconds to go, we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone.
It's a good idea, the stretch pass with 20 seconds left. It's an unfortunate interception, but, you know, neutral zone face-off with 13 seconds left. They'll be able to take care of this.
That one flipped in by Lauren Jackson. Final 10 seconds. Second period. Kozic plays it through the middle. That was dangerous as she was looking for an outlet pass, and that will do it for the second period. The Herons grab another one, this time coming on the power play from Annabelle Ziskin, grabbing her second of the season, and that's where we stand 2-0 after 2 periods. Gina, your thoughts?
Yeah, the Beacons got to finish. They're creating opportunities all day. They're getting in front of the net. They're getting shots on net, and they just haven't been able to put the puck in the back of the net. So, you know, that only comes with time. If you keep doing what you're doing, you know, they'll be able to put the puck in the back of the net, and we'll see.
So Beacons find themselves down by 2. Heading into the third period, they are leading in shots, according to the scoreboard, 16-15. But that'll wrap up our second period action. We'll be back to go over our scoring summary and game stats, as well as a look around the New England Hockey Conference. Andrew Bluestein, Gina Albano here with you. We'll be right back on the Beacons Broadcast Network.
Proportion to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the future.
Passion's love. Passion is love for what you do. Because I think when you face challenges, it comes down to how much you want it and how much you love it. Passion is what keeps you going forward. Seeing so many people that were like-minded and so hardworking in their sport and academics, being surrounded by like-minded people makes you want to be more passionate. I think it pushes you to a different level that maybe you didn't think you had. And you can do the best of both worlds and love all of it.
Proportion to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the future.
Passion's love.
The 5-campus UMass system is the university that educates the workforce of Massachusetts. We recognize that we are truly here for a reason, and that recognition inspires us and drives us every single day.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, be a positive influence. That's being a responsible person.
I believe sportsmanship is a mutual admiration and respect for your fellow competitors. We all go through a lot to reach the point where we compete against one another. It's important to realize that. So once we're finally on the field or on the court or on the starting block, we look at each other as fellow human beings and not just competitors. Being able to recognize the hard work that other athletes are putting in creates a more positive and inclusive environment.
Comprehensive learning is being able to adapt to experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
Paris changed my life, and I got there through UMass. Those very specific seminal moments in Paris, the subway. A man in a tuxedo walked in, and a woman in a long gown, and it was stunning. It all hit me. It was like a lightning bolt. There was this world of beauty and style that I wanted to be a part of. That was the beginning of the journey. And that all came through the University of Massachusetts. And that was really a key moment for me. That's one of those moments you never forget.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
Something I discovered in myself is that if I have a goal, I can accomplish it.
It's a well-rounded experience.
At a Division III school, you primarily a student athlete, so the school is really shaped around you developing yourself as a complete individual.
It helps a lot that you have a family with your team that can guide you.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well, but it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that, and it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
I'm the first undergraduate alumnus to lead this university. I'm very proud of that. I was literally able to transform my life because of the University of Massachusetts, and I want that for every single student that walks through the door.
And welcome back here inside Edward T. Berry Ice Rink after 2 periods. Andrew Bluestein, Gina Albano here with you on the Beacons Broadcast Network. William Smith leads UMass Boston 2-0 as we head into the 3rd period. We take a look at the scoring summary. It was Kayla Ketchabah who opened the scoring from Emma Faso at 15:38 of the 1st period. And then in the 2nd, it was Annabelle Ziskin grabbing her 2nd of the season on the power play. Kayla Ketchabah and Emma Faso grabbing the assist on that at 13:32 of the 2nd. As we'll take a look at our game stats up to this point. Shot department, Beacons have the advantage 16-15. As we saw Leah Bosch make 13 saves in that period, 16 for Erin Murray. As the Beacons 0 for 4 on the power play, and 1 for 2 are the Herons. As that's where we stand now. Gina, you're down 2 goals heading into the 3rd period. What would you like to see out of the Beacons going in this 3rd, and what do they need to do to come back and win this hockey game?
Yeah, they got to be aggressive on the blue line. Keep the puck in the offensive zone to really make sure there's opportunities for them to put the puck in the back of the net. You know, if you're watching this game, if you're looking at the stats, you probably wouldn't guess this is a 2-0 game right now. It's been pretty evenly matched the whole thing, so you really have to kind of force opportunities to happen. So you've got to be, you know, play very offensively and try to keep the puck in your zone, out of your zone, in the offensive zone, and kind of make things happen.
Well, heading into the 3rd, we had a bit of a slow start in the 1st period, but the pace certainly picked up. A lot more chances in both ends of the ice. So we'll see what we have in store for the 3rd period. As once again, it's William Smith leading UMass Boston 2-0 after 2. As we'll be back on the Beacons Broadcast Network for 3rd period action shortly. Welcome back here inside Edward T. Berry Ice Rink on the campus of UMass Boston. Andrew Bluestein, Gina Albano with you as we approach third period action. Gina, any final thoughts before we open things up here in the third? As I've also just noticed, we talked about perhaps Erin Murray laboring that leg as Annie Hauser is now in the game and goal for William Smith.
Yeah, that's definitely something to be aware of. The Beacons, I think they know what they're capable of. They've been able to hang with some really good teams. They tied Norwich just recently. So I think they know that this game is far from over, and especially, a change of goalkeepers, that can definitely change things. So that's something to keep in mind. They got to test that and really kind of create some opportunities here.
So Annie Hauser, a junior out of out of White Plains, New York, coming in with a 1.99 goals against average, or rather 2.18 goals against average this season and a .920 save percentage as we're underway for third period action. Beacons control. Liz Cramp first on it. We'll flip it to the far side. That one goes past Gabby Shantz. A chance for Kayla Ketchabah. Steps into a slap shot that goes blistering wide off the glass. Maggio behind her own net. Herons make a partial change. Maggio tried to shovel it out, but right there was Mila Plante. She tries to muscle that towards the front of the net. Her shot gets blocked to the corner. Now tied up, as sent behind the net towards Gabby Shantz as she'll play it off the glass back to center. Beacons make a change. Tiffany Foster now with it. She'll skate it in from center. Throws one towards goal, and a nice glove save there by Leah Bosch, and she'll take a whistle quickly into this third period.
Yeah, real early, the Herons get right back to testing Bosch, and she stands tall, making a great glove save.
Face off one there by Elisa Carney. As Wilbert will collect behind her own net. Plays it off the far boards, hits the dasher as gets sent back in. Claire Giuliano behind her own net. Will move it up for Capaldi, tries to chip it back to center. Now Henningsen Brown couldn't handle that, but it goes right to Capaldi, and Henningsen Brown just a step offside. So the face-off will be in the neutral zone.
The Beacons are just too excited to get into the offensive zone, so they get the offsides call, but it's just speed, trying to get in there as fast as possible.
Giuliano, D-to-D for Buddington. She'll send it in. Puck goes around the kick blade all the way to the near side as Capaldi gets stapled against the boards there by Lauren Jackson. Nice play by Buddington, pinching in. Backhands it through the crease as Capaldi sends it to Giuliano. She tries to throw it towards goal, got blocked, and it'll come back into the neutral zone off the stick of Lauren Jackson. Now a chance on the far side by Sydney Foster. Henningsen Brown, though, tries to play it up, goes off a skate behind the net. Wilbert sends it around to the far side. Pitching in is Sydney Luster, tied up by Buddington. Puck whacked at by Wilbert. Henningsen Brown now with it. Tries to headman it, but will just bank it off the boards, and this will be an icing. So the face-off back in the Beacon zone.
Yeah, Buddington and Giuliano do a great job of kind of protecting the blue line and keeping the puck in the offensive zone, which is exactly what you want to see here for the Beacons. You want to keep the puck in the offensive zone as much as possible and avoid defensive face-offs like this one here.
Faso wins that face-off. No, she doesn't, as there was a false start off the draw, so we'll do it again. Faso wins that face-off. Puck goes all the way to the far side. Sydney Lester with it. Henningsen Brown was on the forecheck, but she'll take a spill. Bringing it in is Mackenzie O'Neill on the near side. She'll circle back. As throwing it towards goal was Ava Cornforth. Gets sticked away, though. Never got through. And Faso now with it. Tries to center it. That one steered towards goal, and a nice save by Leah Bosch as she'll smother it.
Yeah, Lester does a great job of just redirecting that puck, making a really difficult save for Bosch, but she's able to handle it, able to stay in front of it and keep the puck out of the net.
Face off to the right of Bosch. Winning that is Mia LaPlante. That shot goes towards goal wide. Mia Boyd will flip it off the boards. right in front of the Beacons bench. That dump-in attempt goes off the stick of Gustafson. Ricochets in to the Heron zone. Gustafson first there on the forecheck. Puck tied up in the corner. Reifler swooping in for support as now Gong will join. Puck being battled for. Right up against the Zamboni doors. Still being dug for. As the rugby scrum, puck stapled up against the kick blade there. Comes out for Hansen. Hansen sends it into the near corner. Goes right onto the stick of Tiffany Foster. She'll play it around to the far side. Reifler has it. Tries to center it. Margot Butters from the point. Walks in a shot. Gets blocked. Still loose. Hansen throws it towards goal. Or rather, Gustafson doesn't get through. Beacons still control. Butters a shot. Looking for a redirection in front by Gustafson. She got her stick on it, but it didn't get through. As the Beacons will make a partial change. Emily Hansen battling behind the net. Coming out with it is Annabelle Ziskin, who scored a goal on the power play in the second period for the Herons. Nice job by Hansen as she gets it down low, but taking her pocket was Gong as that puck goes back to center and down to the Beacons end. Gabby Shantz backhands it for Liz Cramp as that one's sent through center ice. Getting there first, though, is Kelly Howe. That's played off the far boards. Gabby Shantz now with it. So circle back in her own end, now through the neutral zone. Gets it past center ice and goes right on the stick with McDougal, finds it. Throws it towards goal as Liz Cramp was there, and it hit his skate and goes behind the net. Liz Cramp first there. Ball's down in the corner. And slow to get up again as Cramp. As that one been battled for in the neutral zone. Izzy Friedman and Kozic going at it. As McDougal had it, but loses it. As Sydney Foster now with it on the near wing. Throws it towards goal. Blocked by Webster. Kozic will chip it back to center. And this one will go all the way down. And this will be an icing with 15:05 to go, final period.
The Beacons did an excellent job on the forecheck there. You know, when you're able to make a full line change while keeping the puck in the offensive zone, you know you're doing something right. So that's exciting for the Beacons. That's something you want to see moving forward as you get later into the third period.
Lauren Legler and Hannah McDougal on the faceoff. Beacons control. Webster banks it off the glass, not out though. Now a chance for Foster as she try to cut to the middle. Herons stay with it. Lester now will send it in around the far side. Gabby Shantz collects behind the net. Gets pushed off the puck though by Foster, who stays with it. Foster being bothered by McDougal, gets it up top at the point. Cornforth couldn't handle it, back to center. Sydney Lester with it, plays it to the far side for Emma Faso. Now it's being battled for in front of the Beacons bench, comes out loose. Webster tried to play it up, but it goes right to Faso. Laying out there was Webster to poke the puck away. Cornforth will send it, but it's knocked down by Gabby Shantz, who gets it back to center. Crepaldi had it, as now McDougal with it. She'll steer it for Henningsen Brown, who tries to chip it in, but it goes off of Sydney Lester. Now back the other way. That one flipped in by Mackenzie O'Neill. Beacons control. Crepaldi with it. She'll backhand it down the ice, and this will be another icing. So the face-off once again back in the Beacon zone.
Yeah, as the time ticks down, this next goal for the Beacons is really important because as soon as you can get that 1-2 score, the whole dynamic of the game is going to shift. But right now, it's really hard to kind of get into a groove when you're down 2-0. So hopefully they can kind of turn this around and put something on the board here.
Hila Plant, nice face-off win. That shot from the point off the stick of Tiffany Foster deflects wide. Buddington tries to play it behind the net. Able to get it there. That one goes back to the neutral zone. Now Henningsen Brown will bring it in. Has Crepaldi going towards the goal. Henningsen Brown pulls up, looking in front. That one got through. Not sure if it went on net. Knocked down behind the net. Wilbert had it and lost it. As now back the other way comes Ziskin. And that one will be sent in as the Beacons will make a change. Crepaldi first there, but she's all by herself, waiting for reinforcements. She'll shovel it towards the far side. Knocked down as played ahead by Lauren Jackson. That one past Butters. A chance for Juliana Gong, and a nice defensive play there by Mia Boyd and Reifler there. Good positioning. Bosch will leave it off behind the net as that one's flipped up, and that one will go all the way back. No icing as it hit the Heron's stick. First there is Lauren Jackson. She'll play it up, knocked down by Gustafson, but it goes back to center. Gustafson first on it. They'll leave it off for Mia Boyd. D to D for Margot Butters. Now Emily Hansen with it. She'll enter. Gets knocked down entering the zone, but she'll send it in. Behind the net. As looking to headman it up is Ava Cornforth. She'll get it to center, just out of the reach, though, of Lauren Legler. And the Beacons will make a change as that one's sent through the neutral zone. Sydney Foster with it. Will bring it in on the near wing. Throws it towards goal. Blocked there by Shantz. Foster stays with it behind the net. Now up top for Cornforth. Cornforth shoots it. Blocked by Kozic. Nice job there by Kaylee Kozic to get in the way of that shot. Now chip down low. Gabby Shantz getting inside position there on Brittany Foster as they get tied up on the end boards. Emily Hansen, or rather Maggio, tries to play it through. Kozic now sending Liz Cramp, a breakaway. Liz Cramp in alone. She shoots, save, rebound, couldn't find it. A great save by Annie Hauser as Liz Cramp had her second breakaway of the evening, couldn't finish it off.
Yeah, and you love to see that kind of hustle from Kozic. She first blocks a shot, then is able to get the puck out of the zone and find Cramp for the breakaway.
So the Beacons with another golden opportunity, just not able to finish. There's Capaldi, a nice play on the back check. Will chip it ahead, try to get it by Cornforth, but the Beacons are offside, so the faceoff will stay in the neutral zone with 11:19 to go in this third period.
You can kind of feel the intensity starting to pick up, as we get close to 10 minutes left in the third period. The Beacons are really finding those open players to make those chances happen.
Nice play by Henningsen Brown on the back check with the steal. Tried to muscle in, but she lost an edge. As controlling it now is Tiffany Foster. She'll stop and look for the outlet pass. Hits Gong on the wing. Now LaPlante will bring it in. As Gilliano first there. Will shovel it over to the far side for Buddington, who reverses it back for Raefler, who's on the near side boards. Raefler looking to chip it ahead for Wilbert. Out of her reach. And this will go no icing as it hit a stick. Ziskin tried to play it through the middle as Beacons control. Wilbert was going off for a change. That one sent in, and this will be an icing. So the faceoff again back in the Beacons' end. 10:29 to go. You got to look at the breakaway from Liz Cramp. It's not able to pull off the move that she wanted. Another chance by the boards for the Beacons as they control off the draw. Mia Boyd hits Raefler on the wing. Now through the middle, Gustafson will bring it in. Gustafson beats George there. She gets stapled against the corner boards. Plays to the point for Butters. Her shot gets deflected wide off Kozic's stick. Gustafson takes a bump in the corner and goes to the ice. That goes back to center as Izzy Friedman had trouble with it. And now Hansen gets it back for Margot Butters. D to D for Mia Boyd. Back for Butters. Puck goes over her stick, but she gets it off the boards. Plays it for Kozic at the red line. And that one flipped back into the Beacons' end by Lauren Jackson. Leah Bosch out to play it. Gives it for Boyd on the pass, and that one's controlled by Boyd, and she'll bank it off of the end boards. Liz Cramp will chip it ahead. Goes right to Ava Cornforth, who has it. She'll bank it off the near side boards. Liz looking for Foster. As that being battled for. Coming out with it there was Sydney Foster. That played to the middle. Anna McDougall with it. Now Cramp will backhand it in, but it goes right to Cornforth. Now played ahead. Brittany Foster throws it towards goal. Blocked it away by Bosch. Now puck goes behind the net. O'Neill with it. To the far side. Cycles it down low for Faso. Puck explodes off her stick. Now O'Neill throws it towards goal. And Bosch, playing center field, will glove it for the whistle. 8:54 to go as clock now not on the Beacon side, still down 2-0.
Yeah, and O'Neill and Faso do a great job of keeping the puck down low, kind of cycling. that's what they want to do. They want to try to waste time in the defensive zone, and they're doing a good job of it.
That one goes back in on Bosch right off the faceoff, and she'll cover for a whistle. So we'll do it again. Shots even at 17 apiece here in the third period. That one flipped back to center by Gabby Shantz. Mackenzie O'Neill whacks it back in. Emma Webster does a good job of shielding the puck there. She'll take it behind her net. Now tries to play it through the far side. Webster through the middle for Crepaldi. Gets it for Wilbert. A 2-on-1 opportunity. Wilbert stays with it. Wilbert waits, shoots. That goes wide. Webster throws that one towards the goal. Gets blocked and deflects back to the neutral zone. Getting there first is Ketchabaugh. Gets bumped off the play by Giuliano. Wilbert wheels it back to Giuliano. Giuliano for Webster. Webster looking up ice. Hits Wilbert in the middle as it explodes off her stick though. Crepaldi now with it. Being bothered by McMurray as Webster will send it up. Emily Hansen now with it. Hansen will bring it in. There's a big collision there. George ran into her as Hansen goes hard to the ice. Reifler had some trouble with it, tries to move it ahead as Gustafson comes in with support. That puck sent to the point but not out. Buddington will send it in. That goes around the kick blade. Now to the near side. Reifler there first. Tries to shovel it down low, but Emily Hansen there now. She'll move it up top for Giuliano. Over for Buddington. Buddington to the near corner. Reifler, centering pass. And that shot goes off of the stick of Annie Hauser. As now Mia LaPlante at the end of a long shift will shovel that one in on Bosch as she'll try to play it ahead. A miscommunication there. Puck goes back to center. Kaylee Kozic has Cramp going to goal. Tries to shovel it there as it goes behind the net. There's Cramp there on the far side now. Cramp being bothered on the backers. Tries to dig at it. Now tied up with Elisa Canny at the far boards. That one chipped in down low. Sydney Lester now with it behind her own net. Will play it to the near side as that puck gets sent to the far side by Margot Butters as Ava Cornforth will collect. She'll play it on the near side for Sydney Lester. Back for Cornforth as Boyd now pinching in, doing a nice job. Whacks it behind the net. Nobody there though for the Beacons. As that one's chipped up and out by Friedman back to center. McDougall though gets it right back and will send it in as the rest of the Beacons will peel off for a change. Having some trouble with it on the far side there was Sydney Foster as she'll wheel it all the way down. No icing though. First on it is Gabby Shantz. She looks to play it but not out. There's a nice job there by Sydney Foster, but Crepaldi steals. Gets it past center. Will chip it in. Chasing is Henningsen Brown now, but that one whacked ahead by Annabelle Ziskin. Tiffany Foster now trying to bring it in. And a big collision at the blue line with Crepaldi. As slow to get up there is Tiffany Foster. Back to her skates. 5:50 to go. Face off in the neutral zone.
The Beacons have had some really good puck movement. They're connecting passes. They're pinching in the offensive zone. They're just not really getting the puck to the net. So if they can change that, they're getting some really good time in the offensive zone. So hopefully within time, they got 5 minutes to make something happen.
That puck gets wheeled towards the front of the net. Gabby Shantz coming in and draws a penalty. So the Beacons will go on the power play, and this is a huge opportunity and probably a must-score power play.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want if you're the Beacons right now. You need to score a goal, and you get the chance to go 4-on-5 with 5 minutes left and kind of change the dynamic of this hockey game. So, I mean, there's nothing more the Beacons could ask for right now than that.
Gina, would you consider pulling the goalie for an extra attacker here? Maybe get a two-man advantage.
Yeah, I mean, when you're down 2-0, there's still a decent amount of time on the clock. But it depends. It depends who you have on the ice. I think it's definitely worth the risk, but you got 5 minutes left. Probably best to play it safe and see what you can do with the 4-on-5.
You see the replay there as Beacons control off the faceoff. Kozic down low for Reifler. Reifler takes a spill, Stays with it though. Kozic now at the top of the circle. Now to the middle. Kozic a shot. And that one got deflected by the stick of Izzy Friedman and out of play. But a good look there for the Beacons on their first opportunity off the faceoff.
Yeah, you love to see Kozic come across the top of the circles, really kind of creating her own space for her. And if that shot isn't deflected, that's going to be a difficult save.
Beacons control again. Buddington with it out top. Looking, throws it towards goal. Deflects just wide. Puck comes to the near side. Is being battled for. Emily Hansen in there. Gets it down low for Allie Reifler. Reifler takes it to the far side. Leaves it off for Kozic, but a miscommunication. And that one's sent back to the Beacons' end. Minute 15 now to go on this Beacons power play. Kozic will bring it in. Being bothered by Cornforth as they go to the corner boards. Hansen swooping in, collecting that. Hansen to the far side, gets it up top for Butters. Butters a shot. That one goes off the outside of the goal. Wilbert in front for Hansen, banks that one loose, and I think that went off of the mask of Annie Hauser, and that one sent all the way back down. Smartly playing it up quickly was Leah Bosch, but the Beacons are forced to regroup behind their own net. 45 seconds to go on the power play, approaching 4 minutes to go in this third period. Liz Cramp will bring it in, and Henningsen Brown just a bit offside.
Yeah, that's frustrating. That's a great power play breakout. Wilbert does a great job of getting the puck off her stick quickly and finding her center, coming through the middle, and then to get that offsides call, it's just tough. It's frustrating.
So just 37 seconds remaining on the Beacons power play as a quick move off the faceoff, a false start, so we'll do it again. As Emma Faso and Katie Wilbert. Wilbert able to win it, but getting on it first was Annabelle Ziskin, and she'll push it in. 30 seconds to go. Beacons on their power play opportunity have not been able to cash in as they've had plenty of chances. As time ticking off. Under 4 minutes to go as Butters tries to move it. Liz Cramp through the neutral zone. Final 10 seconds of the power play. Liz Cramp trying to win the race as she gets canceled out there by Lester. Wilbert, though, able to get it. Back to five-a-side. That one wheeled to the front of the net by Giuliano, but Liz Cramp couldn't stay with it and sent back to center. So the Beacons, once again, not able to cash in on the power play. Liz Cramp pulls up, tries to play it through for Henningsen Brown, but a nice play there by Annabelle Ziskin as she'll skate it back to center and flip it in. Giuliano first on it. Will play it to the near side. Nobody there, though, except for Lauren Jackson, who throws her shot that goes wide. Kozic tries to move it ahead. It's now Buddington cross ice to Raefler on the near side. Now in the middle for McDougall. McDougall will backhand it in as that puck will slowly ride the kick blade. Now sent to the far side. Elizabeth McMurray with it. McDougall has it back at center. Now Webster plays it for Raefler. Raefler will bring it in as the puck bounces up off the stick and sent back to center as we're under 3 minutes now. 2:30 approaching. No icing. Webster, the puck explodes off her stick. Now a centering pass. A chance there. Great block there by Gabby Shantz on the point blank opportunity from Mia LaPlante. Back the other way, Liz Cramp. As that's offside, she took a big collision there and went to the ice. As that one's sent in. Wilbert battling as that one whacked back to the neutral zone. Margot Butters with it. Gets it for Katie Wilbert. And a big collision there as Mia LaPlante sends her to the ice. Beacons looking to get the extra attacker on, as not able to, as Gong will send it in. Webster now. Try to collect on the far side. We're under 2 minutes in this third period. Butters looking for options behind her net. Gets it for Webster. Webster through the middle. Looking for Crepaldi, but it goes right to Ava Cornforth. She'll bring it in. Cornforth throws it towards goal, blocked by Butters. 1:30 to go. Butters tries to chip it up. Takes a tumble on the far side. Hansen now tries to move it ahead. Not out, though. Kept in. That shot by Ketrabaugh is gloved and held by Bosch. But 1:15 to go. Beacon still down by 2. And I believe we have a timeout call here. So maybe, I guess it was William Smith who maybe used their timeout earlier, because the Beacons just called timeout. Only 1:15 to go here, Gina, though. It's going to take perhaps a miracle if the Beacons want to tie this game.
Yeah, and the first thing they have to do is get the puck out of their own zone. They've been trying, and I think sometimes, it's hard. It gets in your head. You're focused on one thing, but they really do. If they want to kind of have any sort of opportunity to get something going, they got to get the puck out of their zone, so they can pull Bosch and get that sixth player on the ice.
So shots 20-18. William Smith leading in that department. And you said it earlier, Gina, it's really been an even hockey game for the most part. It's just that the Beacons have not been able to capitalize on their opportunities, as they've had plenty of power play chances. I believe it's 6 on the night, and just their struggles continue. They only have 7 power play goals on the season, and their struggles continue here tonight.
Yeah, with a minute left, it doesn't have to be perfect. You just kind of got to get that shot on net, throw pucks in front. The Beacons have done a good job of kind of redirecting pucks and being, traffic in front of the net, so they got to keep doing that.
A stalemate off the draw. The Beacons control. That one's chipped back to center, but not doing any favors for the Beacons. It goes right to Annabelle Ziskin as that one's sent in. Gabby Shantz behind the net. 1 minute to go in this third period. Beacons still down by 2. It's going to take a miracle. Kozic tries to chip it ahead, and that's going to be a penalty on Giuliano as she closed her hand on the puck. Well, I thought it was going to be, as the officials will discuss, and that should be a penalty, as you're not allowed to close your hand on the puck like that. And I believe it's going to be a penalty.
I don't think it's hard. Your frustration trying to get the puck out of the zone, and it's just your instinct,
Absolutely. I don't think the Beacons are aware that they have been called for a penalty.
And I'm not sure the refs know exactly who it was that, I believe it was Shantz who?
Yeah, I think it was Shantz. You're right. And she'll go to the box. And she does not look too pleased with that call, but that is the rule. And a good job by the officials recognizing it there. So the Beacons will find themselves now shorthanded. 53 seconds to go off the draw. Controlling it is Lester. Backhands it for McMurray. Now down low. Mia LaPlante tries to throw it towards the goal. Blocked by Boyd. Puck comes out loose. That shot goes just wide on the chance by Gong. That one chipped back to center. The Herons will look to just run out the clock here as they're under 30 seconds. Goes to the far side. Nice job there by Buddington, who wins that battle and will send it down as we're inside final 20. As the Herons in no rush, as we're in the final 10 now and sent back behind the net. Ziskin with it, and the clock will run out, and that will do it. So a combined shutout for Erin Murray, who started for the Herons, had to leave, we assume due to injury, and Annie Hauser came in relief, and the Herons will grab a 2-0 win.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a frustrating loss for the Beacons, especially you mentioned the shots being so close. Just a really good matchup between the Herons and the Beacons, and at the end of the day, it's 2-0, 2-0, and the Beacons walk away with the loss. So, I mean, definitely frustrating for sure.
Yeah, and the Beacons had a golden opportunity to perhaps jump ahead in the standings with a win here tonight, but unable to execute on their opportunities, and unfortunately not able to find the back of the net here tonight, and they'll go home with a loss. As that will wrap up our third period action. We'll be back to go over our final scoring summary and game stats here on the Beacons Broadcast Network.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
I did receive academic scholarships. Just being involved on campus, being a leader, all those things combined kind of get me recognized. It's a great experience for me.
Cheer for the stumbles. The he shoulda had that's. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
The University of Massachusetts Boston, with its scenic oceanfront campus, easily accessible to downtown Boston, is recognized as a model of excellence for urban public universities. 16 NCAA Division III sports are part of the more than 100 student organizations that create an engaging campus life in America's biggest and best college town. UMass Boston, Boston's urban public research university for the 21st century.
Welcome back here inside Edward T. Berry Ice Rink. Andrew Bluestein, Gina Albano with you as we go over our final scoring summary and game stats. Take a look here. As no goals in that third period. It was Kayla Ketchabah who opened the scoring at 15:38 of the first from Emma Faso, and then at 3:32 of the second, it was Annabelle Ziskin grabbing her second on the power play from Kayla Ketchabah and Emma Faso, and that's all we got for scoring as we take a look at our final game stats here. Final shots even at 21 apiece, as 19 saves for Leah Bosch. She played well today, couldn't falter on either of the goals, as 21 saves combined. As we mentioned, Erin Murray having to leave the game at the end of that second period. Annie Hauser came in and finished in the third, and the Beacons, I believe they were 0 for 6 on the power plays, which is a big reason of their struggles here tonight, not able to take advantage of their opportunities. And that was really the story of this one, Gina.
Yeah, I mean, a very evenly matched game at the end of the day. The Herons were able to convert on two, really nice goals. The Beacons had 4 power plays they weren't able to convert on, so definitely hurts if you're the Beacons, but there's, it's not the end of the season. You got more games coming, so got to keep your head up and kind of work off of this.
Well, speaking of which, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule, if we have it for women's ice hockey. As you see, their next game tomorrow afternoon, here, or rather at Elmira, 3 p.m. puck drop. Then they'll be at Johnson and Wales on the 3rd of February, 6 p.m. puck drop. And then on the 4th against Johnson Wales, a home and home. They'll be back here at 3 p.m. for the puck drop. February 10th at Plymouth State, 6 p.m. puck drop. And then on the 11th against Castleton, the 3 p.m. puck drop. All those are conference games, so this will make or break the season here.
Yeah, definitely you have a big schedule coming up. Like I said, you can't really let this get to your head. You got to focus on what you got ahead of you. Especially, you know, you got playoffs coming up, so that's definitely something that's in the back of your mind. As you kind of mentioned, all these games are conference. All these games kind of mean something.
Well, let's thank our productions team and everybody that are a part of our broadcast. Producer Michael Vesey, director Max Clifford, camera operators Josh Eastman, Emmanuel Zayas, Alyssa Vanaco, Dylan Wertzberger, Tam Landry on graphics, and Alina Albano on replay. I'm Andrew Bluestein. For Gina Albano, we wish you a good evening and a good rest of your weekend. Once again, final score, William Smith College 2, the UMass Boston Beacons 0. We'll see you next time here on the Beacons Broadcast Network.